You're listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me out there. You are listening to another podcast of All Things Sports with your man, Mike Davis. Glad you can join me. I thank you for including my podcast into your day. If you're listening to the podcast on Spotify, follow the podcast over there, like it, listen to it, breathe it, love it. If you're on the YouTube side of things, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, comment, like, all that good stuff. Make sure you go to my website, atswmikedavis.com, to get in contact with the show or for any comments or suggestions or read any of the blogs. I won't take up much more of your time. Let's get into it. So this is I guess I won't say this is an impromptu podcast. I'm going to be switching things up a little bit. I'm still going to do my Wednesday and Saturday podcast. Those will typically be, 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how long the podcast runs. But I'm going to start doing kind of a podcast short, no more than 10 minutes. Just speak about a topic of sports that's on my mind at the moment or that day. And I will be uploading those for your pleasure every day. So Wednesday and Saturday, you'll still get the full podcast. I will count those as podcast episodes. These the other 5 days of the week will just be a podcast short, so it won't be in all things Atlanta like it is on the Wednesday and Saturday podcast. We just jump right into the topic. And on today's topic, what I wanted to discuss was the AFC West division. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs received their Super Bowl ring. So I wanted to touch on that division and see, could Kansas City really repeat again as Super Bowl champions? So I went down their division, with their division, the AFC West. You have the Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders, Chargers, all in that division. Now, the Chiefs were the only team to make it to the playoffs in that division last year. They finished last season 12-4, Super Bowl winners, of course. Broncos finished 7-9. The Oakland Raiders finished 7-9 as well. I wanted to say San Diego right there, but I caught myself. Somebody give me an applause, please. The Los Angeles Chargers finished 5-11. So I just wanted to give my predictions, so to speak, on that division, being that it's the Kansas City Chiefs that won the Super Bowl, and, let's see if they can do it again. So I don't have all of the schedule in front of me, but I will give you a kind of a cliff note of how the schedules are compiled. So the NFC West will play the NFC South this season. When you play cross conferences, it changes every year. So this year, the AFC West will play the NFC South. NFC South is home to my Atlanta Falcons. And on KC side, when it comes to your division, outside of the NFC South, who they're going to play, in the NFC South, I'm sorry, I'm jumping the gun. So in the NFC South, they're going to play Atlanta, Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and Carolina. Now, Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders, Chargers will all play those four teams. So I won't really touch on that. So I wanted to touch on the teams that they were going to play, kind of the teams that they won't play. All of them won't play the same teams, though, when it comes back to conference play, outside of their division and outside of the NFC South, that is. So Kansas City will play against the Texans, Ravens, Patriots, Bills, and Dolphins. Those are games that stood out to me. I got Kansas City going, let's see. I got Kansas City going 4-1 in those games. Texans, Ravens, Pats, Bills, Dolphins. all were playoff teams except for the Dolphins. Now, they're going to lose one of those games. I don't know who. It could be the Texans or Ravens. Could be the Pats. I don't know. But they're not going to go undefeated on, the whole schedule outside of their division. I just don't see it. Let's see. Denver also will play the Steelers, Jets, Pats, Dolphins, and the Bills. Those are games that stand out to me. I have Denver going 2-3 in those games, and I have Denver going 3-3 in their division. And also, I will give you the final record that I think they will have at the end of the podcast. The Oakland Raiders, notable games: Patriots, Bills, Browns, Jets, Colts, Dolphins. For some odd reason, I see the Raiders going 4-2 in those games. 4-2. Yeah. 4-2, people. Wow. Let's see. The Bengals. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the Chargers. I'm looking at my notes, looking at the schedules, and the Chargers will play. Their notable games will be the Bengals, Jets, Dolphins, Jaguars, Bills, and Patriots. I have the Chargers going, not so great. Not so great. Not so great. I'm not even going to mention their record. I'm not going to mention their record at all, but it's not good for them. So pretty much this is how it's going to go. My prediction for the NFC South. My prediction for the AFC West division. I got the Chiefs repeating as division champs. I got Kansas City going 13-3. They will win that division. I got the Oakland Raiders, Chucky, my man Chucky, head coach. Okay. I got him and the Raiders going 9-7, finishing second in that division. Now, they finished 7-9 the previous season, which is last year. And I see them making the jump. I like the Raiders. The Raiders weren't that bad last season. It was the first year bringing in a new head coach / old head coach, and you had the Antonio Brown saga. They got through it. They finished 7-9. And I think they turned the corner this year. The Oakland Raiders finished second in the AFC West at 9-7. I got the Denver Broncos. I got them having the same record as they had last season at 7-9. I don't know what they're doing in Denver. Honestly, that team is just, ever since Elway took over as the GM or the president of that team, they really have I can't say they haven't done much. He won a Super Bowl, and he did it with Peyton Manning. So he brought Peyton in there. But other than that, outside of the Peyton Manning signing, I don't know what they're doing in Denver. I don't think Elway even knows what they're doing in Denver. Is Elway still the GM there or the president? I'm going to have to look that up. Last but not least, I got the L.A., formerly known as San Diego Chargers. I have them going, oh my goodness. As I look at my notes, I have them going 0-4 against the NFC South this year. They're going to finish with a record of, 3-13. They finished 5-11 last season. I got them going 3-13 this season. Not much going on for the LA Chargers, other than new stadium. Hey, you got new digs out there in LA, even though you're going to share with the Rams. I don't like when teams share stadiums. It rubs me the wrong way. It's that Giants and Jets thing, But hey, and Oakland's going to be moving to their new stadium. I saw what Oakland did with what they did with the season ticket holders, and they sent their tickets in a replica of the new stadium they're moving into. I thought that was a great idea. I wish Arthur Blank and the Falcons would do something like that. But to recap my rundown of the AFC West division, I got the Chiefs winning the division. They're going to win it at 13-3. The Raiders will come in second at 9-7. The Broncos will finish the way they finished last season at 7-9. The Chargers will come in last, dead last, 3-13. Hey, look, that's all I got for you today, folks. So I hope you paid attention and listened at the beginning of the podcast. This is going to be a new thing where I'm going to come out with a podcast every day, give you a little something that's on my mind, sports-wise, that is. Something I just want to get off my chest. Just have some fun with it. Wednesday and Saturday will still be the long podcast, and I will count those as the actual podcast. But like I said, that's all I got for you today. I thank you for including my podcast into your day. If you're listening on Spotify, follow the podcast. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, comment, like, and all that good stuff. Make sure you go to my website, atswmikedavis.com. That's if you want to get in contact with the show for comments or suggestions or read any of the blog. You've been listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis. And remember, it's your world. I'm just giving my opinion. I'm out. Peace.
You're listening to All Things Sports with Mike Davis.